Welcome to the Dawgs Table. Hosted by Craig Fountain and Jared Fatty Bates. Get access to special guests, anyone can join the Dawgs Table. Find the link to join the show in the comments when we go live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Periscope, and everywhere on the BIGPLAY network. Here's your hosts, Craig Fountain and Jared Fatty Bates.
We are live on a glorious February 8th. The sun is shining in Cleveland, and we got some announcements to get off our chest to start this show off, and I'm going to leave it to Craig for that one.
Are we talking about our live?
We are talking about
our live appearance.
Right out of the gate. Let's go.
All right. We are going to be live on a Thursday. We're going to change it up Thursday, February 17th at 7:30 p.m. at my corner bar. And let me move that ticker out of the way. It's in Parma Heights, 6211 West 130th Street, Parma Heights, Ohio. We hope that you can join us. And we like to hang out before and after the show. We like to see everybody, talk to everybody. And when fans of the show show up and support us and hang out, we like to also bring you on the show. So we usually have giveaways. We have merch. We're definitely going to have giveaways for this show. Labatt gives us some cool stuff. We're sponsored by Labatt Blue. We give away trading cards, all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be an awesome time. I'm super excited. And good food, according to Fatty.
Hey, we're about to, I've never been there, but the chef said he's taking care of us and they revamped the menu. So I cannot wait to see. Thursday, they have a $12 pasta bowl, never-ending pasta bowl. How can you go wrong? Never-ending pasta bowl. You want to go there? They have Tuesday night. Tonight is their taco night. They have prime rib and strip steaks on the weekends on Friday and Saturday. They have all sorts of sandwiches, wings. I mean, I can't wait. He talked about all the food he's going to give us. Can't wait.
For everybody watching, we are brought to you by Labatt Blue Light and Remax Edge Realty, the JC Group. And you can find us everywhere Big Play is found. We are part of the Big Play team. We are the Dawgs Table. If this is your first time watching, we are live on TikTok now, so we're going to have some new watchers over there. You can comment on the show. You can join the show if you'd like. We'll post a link at some point. You can join the show, talk some Browns with us. And actually, Fatty, I'm going to go ahead and post that link right now. If you're on TikTok, we're new to TikTok. We can't post clickable links in the comments. It'll cause problems with TikTok. So DM us.
I was going to say, go to our YouTube channel. Go to Dawgs Table on YouTube and click subscribe, like us there, and join us there because you can come in there.
It'll look just like this. It's a StreamYard link. Anybody that's watching the show can click that link, come in, and video chat with us. It's a blast. Let us know in the comments how we sound. Do we sound okay? Can you guys hear us all right? All right, let's get on with it. What a news-heavy NFL week. All right, so it's the off season. We are going to talk a little bit about what's going on around the NFL. Thanks, Justin. Thanks, Craig, for joining. I saw Craig comment earlier.
Yes.
Lots going on. Super Bowl week, so we won't get too much into the rest of the NFL outside of the Super Bowl, but lots of coaching hires, lots of interesting stuff going on, things that are going to shape how our offseason is presented to us as the Cleveland Browns, because you have all these new GMs going in, you have all these new coaches going in. Some of them love their quarterbacks, some of them don't. I'm not worried about quarterback, but there's a lot of wide receivers and things like that out there that's, could become available to us. But I think all the coaching vacancies are filled at this point. And one of our own from the past, Brian Dable, he found a home with the New York Giants. And not a whole lot I want to go over there. Fatty, anything stick out to you as far as coaching hires or anything like that?
No. I mean, I like this. I'm happy to see Lovie Smith back in with the Texans. I think he's a really good coach. I love Lovie Smith. Even when he looked like Grandpa Spur for a little bit, I loved it. But other than that, there's a couple of surprising ones that went together, like the coach down in Miami.
So I am so excited for this. All right. I am so excited for the coach in Miami because this guy is a meme. He is a more articulate version of Freddie Kitchens. All right. This guy said, it is not a waste of time. Look up this guy's press conferences. It is absolutely hilarious. And just to summarize, some of the hires that happened. Matt Eberflus, Colts defensive coordinator. He ended up going to Chicago Bears. Nathaniel Hackett, Packers offensive coordinator. He went to the Denver Broncos. Lovie Smith, Houston Texans, just like Jared said. He was actually their DC last year. Jaguars hired Doug Peterson.
Where's Fritch at? How does Fritch feel about Doug Peterson coaching?
Shameless plug. You'll have to watch the episode or listen to the episode. You can watch or listen now. Ginger's Talk Football coming out tomorrow. We go through these in depth.
I'm good. Yeah, shameless plug my ass. I'm calling.
Shameless plug. He wishes it was Byron Leftwich. He wishes it was Byron Leftwich, but Leftwich didn't want to be there and work with Balky. But Super Bowl. He used to play for the Browns and Super Bowl winning head coach. Las Vegas Raiders scooped up Josh McDaniels, who was the offensive coordinator for the Patriots. Mike McDaniel, he was San Francisco's offensive coordinator. He's in Miami. Rams offensive coordinator. Huh?
Is Fritch working right now?
No. I don't think so.
We're about to find out.
Ratbird's picking up one of our guys for front office. There's a lot of shuffling going around. Doug Peterson, he had a tough NFL career. He didn't play a whole lot. He backed up Tim Couch, Brett Favre, Dan Marino, and another guy that he was just never going to compete with. But we also have Rams offensive coordinator. He'll sign with the Vikings as their coach after the Super Bowl. New Orleans Saints, they promoted defensive coordinator Dennis Allen. And then, of course, you have Brian Dable, Bills offensive coordinator, has a lot of history with the Browns. He's going to be the coach of the Giants. So that's a lot of vacancies to fill. That's a lot of just me reciting these notes that I have. But that is what is going around the NFL, right?
Well, that's not all that's going around. We had the Pro Bowl.
We had the Pro Bowl. What garbage is that, man?
It's horrible.
I'm sorry.
It's horrible. You might as well just give it up. Yeah, that was the most pitiful thing I have seen on television. As I said earlier, you might as well make it like a charity softball game. Just let them play a sport. I said, hey, how about this? Winter Olympics are going on. Myles Garrett, curling. That'd be amazing. See Myles Garrett curl. I would love to see that.
I would be more interested in just a straight up skills competition. Forget the game. The game is a waste of time. Myles Garrett picked 6 with the assist from TJ Watt, right?
That was a fumble, wasn't it?
No, it was a tipped ball from Watt, I believe.
Yeah, he wasn't even rushing. He was at the 30-yard line. He was 20 yards off the ball.
But
But
I didn't even watch the game. It's a waste of time. I mean,
I
until
watched,
they
I watched bits and pieces, and they're trying to turn it into the NBA All-Star game, and I hate it. Like, they had the wide receivers do specialty catches. Like, it's a freaking slam dunk contest. Are you kidding me? If I want to see Stephon Diggs go through a table in Buffalo, light that shit on fire and do it right like the rest of the Bills Mafia does.
Well, that's true, but it it reminded me. Do you remember the fantasy football commercials with like Braylon Edwards when he caught the ball blindfolded like he overhanded the ball? I miss those commercials. Those were great commercials. There was a lot of good ones. Or who was the guy that put his hand through the drywall to catch the ball?
Oh, it was a tight end, wasn't it?
It was a tight end, I think. Oh well.
Well.
Yeah.
I
It's a waste of time.
can't watch it. It's just like especially watching nobody's tackling anybody. You touch them, they're down. The one person that actually did come to play was Nick Chubb, and he tried to throw a stiff arm on Micah Parsons, and Micah walked back to the huddle like, "What's this guy doing? Does he know Pro Bowl?" I'm glad we have Nick Chubb then, but other than that, I can't. I miss the old school days of watching, like you said, skill challenges with the targets, the quarterbacks, and the targets. You had they had a foot race with Micah Parsons, Tyreek Hill, Nick Chubb, and who was the other guy?
Parsons, Hub, can't talk. Chubb,
yeah.
Hill, and who was it? I can't remember.
Tell me who it was. Micah Parsons was that. Shut up. That means nobody cares about that foot race. If Micah Parsons wins that foot race, shut up. And the one person that did sort of try was Nick Chubb, and he finished second.
Yeah. Well, he's one of the people forget he's one of the fastest guys in the league.
Kudos to you for finding that picture of Nick Chubb all happy and jolly playing. What was he playing? Madden?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. That was amazing. The smile on that kid's face. I have never seen that kid smile. I didn't know he had teeth.
Get your taxes done. I'm not ready to file my taxes. That just means, yeah. But thanks, Justin.
Justin is an accountant who is a CPA.
Okay.
If you want to get a hold of Justin, you can find him on Facebook or get a hold of us. And Justin, we'll hook you up.
Yeah.
He takes care of everything.
But
because he's taking care of my taxes this year, so he doesn't know yet, but they're coming.
I forget where I was going with that, but
the video game, Nick Chubb.
Oh, the video game. Props to whoever I retweeted that from, because they took a still, because people were posting videos. I mean, it was a broadcasted event, and they're trying to cater to this new age of like streaming and gaming, and a lot of these guys love to game. You can catch actually players sometimes on Xbox Live or whatever, so like Boston Scott, I think this past week or two, he's a running back for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's the first pro football player to also be a pro gamer. They signed him to a contract, a game. So these guys are really into it.
What are we doing then? Are we doing something wrong by doing this?
No, we're ahead of the game. We're kind of OGs with this because people started streaming gaming, and at first everybody's like, who's going to want to watch like somebody play a video game? And then it exploded, right? And podcasting's been around for a while. We're in on the ground floor on this because when we started this show, there was almost nobody else doing video and nobody else was going live.
Somebody else was doing where the fans could actually chime in too and come in.
Yeah, and actually, still that's hard to find, but and we're not taking credit for coming up with the idea, but a lot of people, even in the Browns world, they follow suit, and we're friends with all of them, and we support them, and they support us, and it's great, and it builds community, so it's awesome. But
what's going on with Jay's phone? I keep seeing him pop in and out at the bottom of the screen. And I'm supposed to Jay, always positive Jay. He's popping in and out at the bottom of our screen to come in to talk. Is he here?
That's a good question. I couldn't see it because I'm monitoring TikTok and my iPad's blocking my screen right there.
Because
So.
I can't see. Jay, fix it up. Let's go. Anyways, no, it just got the Pro Bowl. Like, can we just give them a free vacation, let them have some fun with the family, and just be done with it?
Here's what it takes. It takes an insurance policy for future earnings, and it takes a 7-figure payout to get these guys to play. Can you imagine watching a Pro Bowl where these guys go 100% with this much talent on the field, but you have to pay out? And that's the only way to get the product. And this is one of the richest corporations on earth, the NFL. They could do it. They could invest. I would pay for a pay-per-view to see all these guys go 100% like it's any other game day. I think that they need to pay the players. They need to give them insurance against future earnings, and they need to pay them handsomely enough that they'll give it 100% and then reap the benefits. I'm more likely to pay for that than like a UFC fight or something.
Oh yeah. And by the way, Jay, we'd love to add you to the stream. But your camera, something is not working, whether it's on our end or your end.
I don't think it's on our end, unfortunately.
But I also wanted to bring up, you brought that up to get these guys to play. My cousin Vinny actually came up with a great scenario tonight. And it blew my mind because it's my cousin Vinny. He said, why not let number 1 and number 2 pick? Winner takes all for the first overall pick.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
So right now we have who's got the first and second overall pick this year?
Jacksonville and is it Detroit? Jets?
Detroit. One of those two.
Yeah.
Those two play each other for the first overall pick. Whoever wins gets the first overall pick.
I think that could be a separate event, but I don't think that should replace the Pro Bowl.
No. I'm just saying, like, I think it's amazing. Like, Vinny came up with that. I looked at him like, that's actually kind of genius. Because that kind of stops tanking a little bit because you have to play another game to get the first overall pick.
You have to win a game to get the first overall pick. NFL. It's not a bad idea by any means. I just, you see that clip all the time of Sean Taylor just mowing over the Bills punter. What was that, Brian Mormon? Was that his name, Mormon?
It was a quarterback, wasn't it?
I thought it was their punter.
No,
but it's like, I want to pay to see that over and over and over again.
You're talking about the one at the Pro Bowl where he just takes off from like 40 yards away and just kills the guy, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I thought that was a quarterback. It was a punter.
I'm pretty sure it was a punter.
Oh my God, I feel bad for that guy. I don't know what to do.
Sean Taylor.
My Lord. Those are the days you miss. And what's really funny is everybody high-fived him. The only one that was pissed off was the one that got hit.
Right.
If he walked off like, it's your own fault, dumbass.
All right. So this is a little bit of a different episode. We are going to talk some Super Bowl. All right. We are a Browns show, but we have to talk Super Bowl. It's once a year. It's Super Bowl week. It is what it is. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the Twitter poll of the week. We're going to get into our dog of the week, and we're going to talk Super Bowl. Then we're going to get into Fetty's on Fire and some Browns talk. Fetty, how's that sound?
Let's do dog of the week first. Let's get to dog of the week because we had the Pro Bowl, everything else. Let's May 14th, we are going to be at Top Dog Tailgate Western Summit at the WJ Lodge in Berea for the City Dogs of Cleveland. We will be there live. Come meet us. Come hang out. We're going to have giveaways. It's going to be great food. And on that note, here comes your dog of the week from the Dawgs Table.
All right, so we have this week's dog of the week, and we have Chris in here. Chris, appreciate you joining the show. Chris is a regular, along with Craig Foster here and Justin Masters. No red leg tonight, at least not yet, but there's still time. All right, dog of the week. It is Lola. Lola's been featured on the show before. She still needs a home. And this is her right here. Look at that face. Got some updated pictures. She is a fashionista love bug. This adorable lady loves exploring on walks and is an attentive and very treat motivated. She likes toys and being doted on, but also has an independent side. She enjoys the company of other social dogs, but is not a fan of cats. So no cats, but she may be the perfect dog for you if you don't have any. She unfortunately needs surgery to correct problem with her kneecaps. All costs are covered, though, thanks to Friends of City Dogs of Cleveland. And she just needs a special adopter and home to rest and recover. She recently spent a few days at an extended sleepover with a volunteer, and they took some notes. And here's some notes from her overnight. Good house manners. She's likely housebroken. She's very good in a crate, and she's great in the car. And here's Lola, 6 years old. If you are interested in setting up a meet and greet to see if Lolo is a perfect fit for you, you can reach out to the City Dogs of Cleveland at City Dogs CLE on Twitter and at City Dogs Cleveland on Facebook. You can reach them at 216-664-3476. There you go. Great dog of the week.
Oh, also, Chris is here along with the wifey, Jocelyn. I am glad that Craig hooked you up with a Dawgs Table hoodie. And by the way, we do have merch for sale, right, Craig?
We do have merch. Now, as with basically anything else that's going on with apparel, there are limited sizes and colors. So the selection is somewhat limited. So we can help you try to get the best deal. But we actually partnered with a manufacturer. You order and they print it and send it out to you. So you can select all these things so we don't have to carry this huge overhead up front. So if you don't see something you like, reach out. If you're like, hey, you guys don't have a tank top, but I'd really like a tank top, let me know. Let Jared know. I'll add it to the store and you guys can buy it. Now, the proceeds from these, and they're very minimally marked up. I think we might get just a few bucks from every order. They go to helping us sustain the show and upgrading our equipment and keeping our equipment maintained. And it's awesome merchandise. Jocelyn, you're very welcome. It's I'll work with you guys to see if I can find you the right thing. All right, can I address this real quick? Joe Thomas will not take over for Doug Deacon. There's no way. There's no way. I appreciate Joe saying that he's interested in the job, but Joe has I guarantee you he has his sights set much higher than being a voice of the Cleveland Browns. Now, we can't hold that against him. He's a Browns legend. He's talented. This guy turned down the Monday Night Football gig. Do you know how often that gig comes up?
Not at all.
Never. All right. This guy has a budding career in national media. And these are the type of guys like, Strahan. Strahan left the NFL to go to bigger and better things. These guys that are super motivated. They're all-time greats. They're that way for a reason. They are relentless, and he's going to have a sight set much higher. So, fatty thoughts?
I mean, I would love to see it. Like you said, I don't think it will happen because I think he's on I'm not saying Doug Deacon is not great. I'm not saying the radio is not great. I think he's on a different platform right now, especially being on a NFL network, especially doing all the Thursday night games.
Yeah.
Like now, I believe he's saying that because he is a Cleveland guy. He's saying that out of respect for Cleveland, for Doug.
Not say it, right?
Yeah, he cannot say it, but I think that is just. I think it's going to be hard if he tries to go in there. And it's not Jimmy. It's not. I think he is destined for greater things, like you said, like Michael Strahan. He has that personality. He has that laugh. He has that charm. And you know something? He has that look now. He's not 315-pound Joe Thomas that we've seen anymore. He's actually legit, built, clean. He looks great.
Yeah, and Chris, don't apologize. Never apologize. That's what we're here for. Ask us the questions. We'll give us our thoughts. We're never going to tell you you're wrong. We may disagree, but he does have his own podcast. Now, him and Andrew Hawkins, former member of the Browns, he was a wide receiver. They created the Tomahawk Show, and it was an incredible show. And mainly it was focused on the Browns, but they would talk about all kinds of stuff. And a lot of behind the scenes stuff players don't normally talk about. It was outstanding. I was a loyal listener. The second I got that notification, it came up on my phone, I listened to it. Didn't matter what I was doing. Now, once they reached their 100th episode, I was super excited because they did a live show at the House of Blues in Cleveland, and they did a VIP meet and greet, and my wife bought us tickets for that. So we got to go a little bit early and hang out with Joe Thomas and Andrew Hawkins. Before the show, they had Michael Irvin, the other Thursday Night Football people there. They had Cribbs, they had Phil Taylor, they had John Greco, they had all kinds of folks, Ken Carman. They had everybody up on the stage, and they did a live show, kind of like we're doing right now. Super cool, but they lost the deal. All right. They, for some reason, went away, and the company that they were under is owned by LeBron James, and they had a disagreement. They recently came back, but it's more NFL centered. That was a really long answer, but
I mean, honestly, I'd love to see Andrew Hawkins in there.
Andrew Hawkins and Joe Thomas are two of the nicest people I've ever met.
Unreal.
I got C-blocked by Brian Hoyer's dad when me and my wife were talking to him. I said C-blocked. That's censored enough. Stop it. You're wincing over there.
Just go ahead and say
it. I got C-blocked by Brian Hoyer's dad. Me and my wife are sitting there talking to Joe, and Joe actually offered to do something he normally charges for on Cameo. He took my phone and recorded a happy birthday message to my son, which was awesome. My son was super pumped. But they were super nice people. I was talking to a young lady at the bar for like 20 minutes waiting on a drink. Turned out it was Andrew Hawkins' wife. Nicest human being on the face of the earth. It was awesome.
And by the way, we talk about hookers, we talk about blow, but the C word we can't drop.
I'm just not gonna. I mean, we could, but now that you're putting me on the spot, I'm gonna be defiant.
It's not the other C word that's the bad C word. I mean, most guys have one. That's all right. We'll go ahead. We'll move on.
Yep. Chris, to answer your question, hats are coming soon. This is something I've been thinking about. We have a awesome logo, and it's really not too busy or too complicated. It's like a graphic on the screen, but printing it with like embroidery or something is tough, or doing like a two-tone, like leather patch on a hat kind of thing is kind of tough. So I am probably going to come up with a design, or Jared and I are going to come up with a design to where maybe it's just like the skyline and just says the Dawgs Table, and we can put it on a hat, minus whatever the bottom half of the logo is. So we'll add hats coming soon. Gonna take a few more Bad Blues. What do you all think about talking to OBJ online? Fatty, Jarvis, it's never going to be the same, right? Like this is one of those things where OBJ and Jarvis, their connection goes back way further than just being on the Cleveland Browns. I mean, it goes back to college and even maybe before that. I don't have a problem with it. That's his friend. That's his brother. They're best friends. It is what it is. I know, Fatty, you've kind of said, hey, Jarvis hasn't said anything since OBJ left. I don't know if I would want to address it either. I'm not going to hold it against him, but I also don't know that I expect him to be back.
It's one of those things. I know they're best friends, and especially hearing what was said, I get it. I know.
Don't get on fire yet.
I can't, but I understand the offseason, how hard you work to get back to be part, especially after you're injured, everything else. But nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to be happy right now. We're going to be happy Fatty until Fatty's on fire, because something, he's looking out for his friend. He's happy for his friend. Most of these players do not look at team like we look at team. They look at paycheck. They look at personality. They look at brand. They don't look at what fans think. They don't look at what front office thinks. They don't look at what coaches think. They are, for them, it is about money. It is about business. Am I right?
You're absolutely right. And while
So
that
right
doesn't
now,
sound great, you can't blame them either, right?
I
Like,
I can't blame him, but there's certain things that I can say later on as a fan that are different. But as of right now, he's cheering on his buddy. I mean, it'd be almost like me and you if something should happen to the dogs. It's not going to happen, by the way, because I'll cut you if that happens.
you
But
got me.
if something happens to the Dawgs Table, you move on to somewhere else. Yeah, I'm going to root for you. You're one of my best friends.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not going to say bad things about you, except that you're a ginger and you don't like sunlight. But that, I mean, that's normal, right?
We're day walkers, or you're a day walker. We are not day walkers.
No, but I understand what he's saying, and you know, you get that as best friends. I mean, I get that. It's just it's hard. Like I said, this Super Bowl is hard for Browns fans, and it will be hard for Browns fans because right now you have another AFC North team in the Super Bowl, and then you got OBJ who is in the Super Bowl now. So it makes it very difficult as a fan to look at it and look at it actually like it should be something fun to watch, and it's not.
I'm in the minority here because I couldn't give two shits about the Super Bowl as a diehard Browns fan because I don't care if OBJ is on the team because at the end of the day, I know he's good for snagging 4 out of 10 balls for 60 yards and maybe a touchdown. I don't care if he's the NFL darling. Listen, Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford, and Robert Woods got this team to the point where OBJ was able to fill in as the wide receiver 3 moving into the wide receiver 2 spot and simply not F it up. Okay. Which I don't care. So, like, I'm not rooting for the Bengals. I'm rooting for Matt Stafford. I love Matt Stafford. I love Cooper Kupp. I love Sean McVay. I love Jalen Ramsey. I love Aaron Donald. I love all these guys. Couldn't give two shits because OBJ is just one of 53 guys, and he was there for less than 20% of the snaps played this year. And realistically, just because he's a superstar, based on personality and really nothing else alone, because he had a one-handed catch in New York, I give zero shits. I do not feel guilty about rooting for the Rams, and just because I'm rooting for the Rams doesn't mean that I'm rooting for OBJ. Doesn't mean I'm rooting against them.
I'm not, but I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying that I'm not. I'm with you. I'm going for Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford dealt with shit in Detroit for how long? Like, I get it. I had to go against Bry tonight because Bry picks really good picks, and I had to pick the Bengals. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm with you with Matt Stafford. He deserves a champion. All the years in Detroit, all the crap he went through with Detroit. I get where you're going. It's just as a okay, I can't even word it as a Browns fan because you have a guy. The way I see it, you have a guy that quit on your team that's now in the Super Bowl, and then you have the team that you have beat for like the past 3 years, and not beat like a drum beat, and they're in the Super Bowl. Like that's where I'm coming from. What did Chris say? I can't read it. I don't have my glasses on.
Here's going back a long time. I think he meant to say question. How many years was William Green with the team, and did he get released long ago? I don't remember what his departure was about. I think he got in legal trouble, didn't he? Didn't he get in like a domestic or something? But he only played for 4 years.
Well, guess what? That's why you have Google. So you keep talking. I'll search it.
All right. I think he played from 02 to 05. And other than the Run William Run play, I mean, I was more of a fan of Lee Suggs at the time anyways.
For
Craig says, plus the Rams was started in Cleveland as the Cleveland Rams 1945. Craig's digging deep.
Wow, you really are going deep.
Was it 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon? How do we make that happen?
I have no clue, but
okay.
Here. William Green 02 to 05. And we're not going into personal life after that. But yes, he played for 3 years for your Cleveland Browns, and he was the first round pick, 16 overall.
Boston College.
Yeah.
We've had some interesting talent come and go for various reasons.
Yeah, Brian and I played that game today at work. We went back through the drafts, and who could you have picked instead of what you did pick? It's crazy.
It is crazy. You know, it's a lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. but it is what it is, I guess. All right, so
Let's get
I
our
lost my train of thought. Where were we going?
We're getting ready to get our Twitter poll.
Okay, let's get into our Twitter poll. Here we go. All right, our weekly Twitter poll, Super Bowl related. For your Super Bowl party spread, what food are you having for your guests along with some ice cold Labatt Blue? Is it going to be wings? Is it going to be pizza? Is it going to be chips and dip? Or is it going to be something else? And this is a big question. And in short, the answer could be all of the above, right? I mean, it could.
We got a couple of those. We had, let's see here. We had Big Play Dave said all the above. So did Jay. Also, Kevin Arnold from Voice of the Land said he's never had a traditional Super Bowl party spread, so he does not know. Buffalo chicken dip, Rooster's hot wings. Now, I've never had Rooster's hot wings.
There is a Rooster's in Canton, but I've never been there.
But
so
you
maybe
when
you come down sometime. Huh?
You don't like chicken wings, though, do you?
I mean, I'll eat some like garlic Parmesan wings or like some basic wings, but I don't do hot stuff. So,
we also had Labatt Blue chimed in on our Twitter poll. How about that? Sponsor of the show said wings, blue cheese, chicken wing dip, blue lights, blue seltzers for dessert, and we'll be rooting for Big Kev too because somebody's doing a chicken wing eating contest. So we'll see what happens. But
my wife would be with Jocelyn here. Buffalo chicken dip. That seems to be one of her favorite game day foods. I'm all about the pizza. Not gonna lie, I'm all about the pizza. Any occasion to get pizza, it's one of those foods I could just eat as much of as I want, never get tired of it.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where this is like the most appetizer thing you could have. Like, I understand we put wings, pizza, chips, dip, all that stuff, but there's so much other stuff you can have. You can have the meatballs with the barbecue sauce on them, the little cocktail wieners, like the things that you can have. This is like the perfect time to actually not put food out, but a lot of food out.
Yeah, and there's been times where we've done Super Bowl parties and we might have something that you can fill up on, like sandwiches or something, or like cold cuts. Yeah. But you go to the grocery store and you buy every appetizer you can find, and this is the day where you make every appetizer and eat as much of them as you can. Everything from onion rings, mozzarella sticks, chips and dip,
bagel bites, hot pockets,
everything.
Hot pretzels, cocktail wieners, shrimp on cocktail sauce. By the way, Jocelyn makes the great con queso, spicy con queso. Mm-hmm. So, like, I mean, there's so much stuff that you can have for this, and I like it because you're nibbling at it the entire time while you're drinking and having a good time.
The underrated option, which is great for things like this, is the cheese trays with like the pepperoni, salami, and the crackers and stuff. That's perfect when you got enough room for just a bite, and you keep going back.
Jocelyn says, we do trail bologna.
Trail bologna. There you go.
We do trail bologna. We do pepperoni trail bologna. We do homemade salsa and chips. All right, Jocelyn, you got to come in for a second. We're getting into it deep. You got the link. Throw out the link again, Craig, because we're talking Super Bowl food. We're getting into it. No, and you got like the one thing I brought up earlier. Now, Craig, I don't know if you've ever had this shredded chicken sandwiches, like the cream chicken sandwiches you put on Honey Buns, Sloppy Joes.
No,
I'm talking like stuff out of a crock pot.
There's not a whole lot that goes in a crock pot I'm a big fan of, not gonna lie, but I'm pretty picky.
What? Oh yeah, you are.
But hear me out. My wife she buys the rolls from the store, like the King's Hawaiian rolls.
Oh yeah.
She'll slice them right down the middle. She'll throw the ham, the cheese,
ham and cheese
stuff, shove them in the oven, and they're just pull apart sliders, a little bit, maybe some garlic butter on top. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff.
Here's Craig Foster with meatballs. Oh, can't go wrong with meatballs. Yeah, Kevin said he makes jambalaya.
Jambalaya, interesting.
Jambalaya. And I got to go over Kevin's for jambalaya because I actually love jambalaya, so I can't wait. But, like this, I mean, it can be any kind of chips. Like we even brought up, like here was the best one we had earlier tonight. You get bean dip, you get taco dip, you get all these other dips. Do you do a Fritos scoop? Do you do a tortilla chip? Do you do pretzels in these dips? Like even we brought up the soft pretzels with the queso cheese that you dip in from Giant Eagle.
Some beer cheese.
I know, right?
I'm getting hungry now.
I know. Here she is.
There she is.
Hey.
So what do you think about this Twitter poll? Because I mean, there's so many foods that you can have, but I mean, if you were put one out, if you had the choice of wings, pizza, chips and dip, or other, what are you putting out?
Oh God, there's so many choices. Like I don't think you could go wrong.
I know, right?
I know. I mean, like I feel like anything you put out. I mean, where we grew up, triple onion cheese. Like you gotta have that. I know my homemade salsa is a classic. Any party we go to, it's always requested. But I mean, buffalo chicken dip. You got the cocktail weenies. So many choices. So many choices.
What about the Vovita in chili?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Literally, you said that, and Chris looked at me like, you've never made that for me. So I'm going to have to evidently make it for him. I haven't made it in a while. Obviously,
Seriously, you never made it for Chris?
I haven't made it for Chris, no.
Oh, my Lord, Chris, I'm so sorry. By the way, that's a brother thing. So you're just going to have to deal.
A while, yeah. Way to go.
You produced Bengals fans out of my sister. Stop it.
Hey, we got one Browns fan. We're making one Browns fan out of that whole mess.
I understand. You got 3 Bengals fans in that household.
What?
You got 3 Bengals fans in that household.
I know.
See the just their face right there. And you know what the bad thing is? The oldest talks shit to me all the time. He's like, "What about Joe Burrow, Uncle Bub?" I'm like, "How about I'm going to punch you in the face next time I see you?"
Yeah.
You guys got the same flag.
Yes, we do. That is a
That's
gift.
awesome.
Actually, I have an extra one here. That is a gift from my father for, I think it was Christmas, right?
Yes.
I have 2 of them, and I hang one up behind me because we are proud Browns fans, and my sister has one. It was kind of to keep it in the family because my dad is a Steelers fan.
He is not, really?
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
It's your father's. Talk to him. I tried.
Oh.
So I come
breaks
from
my heart.
a family of Steelers fans. My my mom's side, the whole sides, they're actually from suburbs of Pittsburgh. So it was unlikely that I was going to be a Browns fan. My wife used to be a Steelers fan. I converted her, lightweight converted her, and then after watching Hard Knocks with the Browns, she fell in love with the team, and there's no getting her to go back. But I think I only have one Steelers fan in my household, but she's just trying to be different.
We have 0. That was the thing. The boys could pick whatever team they wanted to root for. They were not allowed to
Anybody but the Steelers.
Yep. We will not have Steelers fans in our house. Nope.
So Chris says Steelers fans are unbearable. They can be. They can dish it out, but they can't take it. They've been giving us shit for so long. The second we give a little bit back, they're like, "Oh, Browns fans are the worst." And we're like, we've been taking this for 20 years. You don't understand what you guys have been doing to us for this long. So of course we're gonna be like that. I don't know. But so do you have your official Super Bowl menu? You mentioned all these things. It's a lot of stuff. What's the official menu for this year's Super Bowl over there?
Well, in the Span household, I failed epically because game day food was not on the grocery pickup list. So I'm going to have to do a special grocery trip for game day food. So it's essentially whatever he chooses is what what we'll have. I mean, I don't really care. I know
This is
when we say
this
game
is
day
one of
food.
those times, and there's not very many times where you do this, but this is one of those times where you have to go to the grocery store hungry, so you get the good stuff. Right, Fatty?
That is right. You Funyuns, whatever you got to grab, kiddo, go get it.
I'm
All
sure I
right.
will have a long list of requests, especially with the big boys and all that. So I'm sure.
Well, he's sitting right beside you. You got to make him the chili cheese dip.
No, I got kicked out. We can't be watching and me participating because then there's this horrible echo. So I had to go to a different room.
I know, but you still got to cook him the chili cheese dip.
I mean, I suppose I will. I'm sure there's going to be.
It's on the record.
Oh, here it is.
On the
I'm sure
record.
there's going to be a long discussion about this.
Buffalo dip, wings, skins, pretzels.
Is that the grocery list, honey? I'm sorry.
There it is. French onion dip. Oh, he's still going. There's more. He's got a whole list going here in the comments.
Is there a printer-friendly version of this video?
I'm going to need somebody to take a screenshot of that and send it to me so I know what to get at the grocery.
Copy and paste, Chris. Copy and paste.
Oh, man.
Oh, I love it.
So, the results. Let's get to the results here. Wings won.
Really?
Yeah, 58%, pizza 22%, chips and dip 13%, other 7%, which you kind of already went over the other. We mentioned you mentioned some of the things that were in the comments, but all right, so we got about 10 minutes left. Let's get into our Super Bowl predictions.
Okay. Chris came up with pinwheel sandwiches. I don't even know how to pronounce it. What is that?
Charcuterie?
Yeah, charcuterie board.
I'm not making one of those, babe. You're shit out of luck. You're not getting a shittery board.
Shittery board. Hey, kiddo, all I asked for is deer trail bologna and some pepper jack cheese.
Deer jerky? Oh my God, that would be amazing.
I know. All right, Super Bowl predictions. Kiddo, you're here.
All right.
Who's winning the
Hold
Super
on.
Bowl?
Hold on. We're gonna ease our way into this real quick. All right.
I'm a big fella. I don't ease that well.
All right. Well, listen. We had the dog of the week, but I saved this. Super Bowl offensive dog of the week prediction. Who is going to have the best offensive game in the Super Bowl? Give it to me, Fatty.
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins? All right. Okay. Jocelyn, do you want to chime in on this?
No, I don't know enough of the other teams to make a educated guess.
Fair enough. It's going to be a Stafford and Cooper Cup game.
I have a feeling too.
It's going to be a Stafford and Cooper
Cup. I don't want to take a low-hanging fruit. Come on.
I mean, that's how obvious it is.
Fruit, I would have got it. So, I mean, that doesn't count.
You know, and French and I talked about this today when we were recording, and you know, he picked Jamar Chase, which Jamar Chase, I mean, he could have nothing or he could have 200 yards and 12 receptions. Who knows? What do we got in the comments?
How about this? I'll tell you what make or breaks this game. Joe Mixon.
I respectfully disagree, but I think he does play a role in that.
He plays a huge role in that because he has got to catch the screen passes because that pass rush from LA is too much. They're going to do a lot of screens, a lot of getting it outside, and I think Joe Mixon has a huge game because of it.
I'm going to say the biggest thing is the offensive line versus defensive line when it comes to Cincinnati against LA, because LA's got a better defense than Cincinnati, and I think they have a pretty even offense, maybe a little bit better than Cincinnati. I don't know. We'll see. But Joe Mixon, I think, is the better rusher. Cam Akers needs to have a big game too.
All right, defensive, right?
Defense. I'll go first this time.
Go ahead.
It's Jalen Ramsey.
Okay.
he's got so many weapons he's going to have to keep his eye on. I don't know if he's going to shadow, if he's going to stick to a side. I don't know what he's going to do, but Jalen Ramsey is the key here. Why are you laughing at me?
It's Aaron Donald all day. That offensive line sucks. And you're going to have Aaron Donald go against. I have a feeling that Aaron Donald is just going to pick up our wonderful boy, Joey B, and just carry him off the field because he's going to be in the backfield that much.
We're getting spammed. Does this mean that we made it?
I think we made it. We got spam.
Okay.
What is Boom today?
Do not click that if you're on YouTube. So I shouldn't have to say that, but yeah.
What do you mean? It says Voom.today, and there's some other stuff happening.
It probably takes you to like, I don't know, whatever. Don't click it. Don't click it. It's probably a scam.
Come on.
Jared last week had to buy a bunch of Best Buy gift cards for somebody because they were going to tell on him to the IRS. So
They were.
yeah,
It's all right.
it's
I'm
what
all
it
right.
is. All right. Predictions.
Let's go.
Rams are 4 or 5 point favorites. The over under is only at like 48 or 49.
I'll go first, and I got to stick to my guns because Big Bry kind of held me to it. I'm going to go.
Well, a real prediction, you have to predict it everywhere, right?
Actually,
You don't have to defend yourself.
I really don't give a shit. So I'm going to go Eagles 31, Rams 24.
Okay. I'm going to take the over, and I believe that the Rams should be favored. I'm going to take the Rams 34-27. Matt Stafford's going to be the Super Bowl MVP, and there's going to be some fireworks. It's going to be an interesting game, but Cincinnati's just not gonna be able to handle them.
Nope. All right, Jocelyn, what do you got?
This is me personally because I just can't bring myself to do it. I cannot listen. I'll root for their hot ass coach all day long, but I cannot root for the Rams just for OBJ being on the team. I can't do it, so I got to go Bengals.
Is this what Bengals would score? What's the score?
Oh, the score. Oh, shit.
She thought you told her to go to the store.
Yeah. Right.
It never fails. Every time I do this live in, like I see you guys and you're all talking, and then my audio just goes like blank, and I'm just like, what? Huh? So I'm going to say 24-21.
All right. There it is.
There it is.
All right.
All right. Anybody else have any questions in the comments? We got a couple minutes left. Marcus says, Marcus, thank you for joining the show. Cincy front four with Trey Henderson is pretty good. Cincy D has been playing pretty good. There's my wife. There she is. LA 28-24. Lock it in. Lock it in.
By the way, kiddo, I got to call you this week. Rams 31-27.
Oh, Christopher.
We have a behind the scenes special announcement that might happen here soon for a certain time in April that I need you, your husband, and your kids to come to. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time.
Oh, okay. I'm sure we can talk offline.
Yeah, we will.
Yep. Hint, it will be close to the Hall of Fame. Right?
In Alliance, Ohio.
Which is close to the Hall of Fame.
Which is very close to the Hall of Fame. Well, you can actually bring all of them. Bring the older ones and the well, they're 3 older and 2 younger. Leave Gavin. Leave Gavin with Papal.
All right.
Let me just in my little Gav, man.
That kid is a convict. That kid needs to stay with Papal and Aunt Ressie for at least 20 years.
Listen, I mean,
So Jared and I are planning something special for the draft. All right.
That's what we're planning.
We're not going to say what or where, but it'll be the plan is to do it on day 2 of the draft so that we can recap day 1 and discuss day 2. while it's happening. And that's all we're going to say for now. But here's something else. If any of you guys want to hang out with me and Jared while we're not doing a live, I know I'll be there. If Jared can make it, he'll be there. Redleg's going to be around. If you're a fan of the show, you know who Redleg is. Barry, if you're a fan of the show, you know who Barry is. Barry's probably going to be there. Always Positive Jay from Voice of the Land podcast. He's going to be there. 2 days after our live at my corner bar, I think we're going to do it. We switched the venue up due to expenses associated with it, but we're going to do a podcast and fan meetup where we're going to get a bunch of Cleveland area sports podcasts and everybody's fans all in one spot to drink and eat and have a good time. And we're just going to hang out and talk. We're just going to hang out and talk and meet everybody. It'll be a good time. That'll be the 19th. And we switched it to High and Dry, which is a bar. And I think they have gaming and bowling and stuff. And it's going to be the 19th. It's a Saturday, all-star weekend. So some of you may already be in Cleveland. If you're not in Cleveland, plenty will be going on outside this event. You can spend the whole day there, the following day there, whatever you want to do. Yeah, hopefully we'll see everybody there. Hopefully we'll see everybody at our live, and then we'll make the announcement about our draft special. Hopefully soon we'll get that locked in. But Fatty, anything else you want to add?
No, I'm looking forward to everything. I mean, with our live shows that we're doing, everything else, I'm looking forward to hopefully the special that Craig and I are talking about, because it's going to be a big thing for both Craig and I. We have, once we lock it in, we're going to do something very, very special, and I hope that we get a lot of people involved with it, because it's going to be a great time. So once we get locked in, we'll get locked in, let you guys know. But I mean, there's going to be, like you said, anytime Craig and I go live somewhere, there's going to be giveaways. We're going to have a blast together. Picklebacks only for the fat guy, because Craig's not allowed to do shots anymore. Just go from there.
Thank you, Chris. And I may try to bully you into eating a one chip challenge, even though I don't touch anything hot myself. It's just, part of my nature. I like to peer pressure people into doing things that I wouldn't do myself. So it happened at the last show. No, not you. Just anybody that shows up.
Yes.
So wait, Craig, do you not like hot things at all, or does it make you sweat? Like you just can't do it? Like it burns your tongue?
I got mad when they changed the McChicken sandwich to have more pepper on it.
Oh yeah.
I don't do hot stuff. Don't do hot stuff.
Justin, I know he's sleeping. I will get a hold of Justin. I have his address. We have to send the one chip down to Justin.
Yes, we do. As soon as I get the address, it'll go in the mail.
Okay. Justin said he would do the one chip challenge on the Dawgs Table Live. So just saying, the chip has been disposed of. What?
I have another one. I set one aside for Justin.
Threw away? Your wife threw away her one chip?
She doesn't know where it's at.
Oh, my Lord. All right, well, we'll figure it out when it gets... Is it time to close out the show?
It's time to close out the show. And with that, I'm going to back me and Jocelyn out here. Fatty, you're going full screen. And it is going to be Fatty's on Fire. Here we go.
So, as I told Craig earlier, I really didn't have anything to be fired up about tonight, because this week's actually been a good week. But you know something? I always got to bring something to the table. So this week's Fatty is on Fire, and cheers. These Super Bowl commercials. What the hell is going on with these Super Bowl commercials? I don't need a tearjerker. I don't need to cry when I'm watching football. If I wanted to do that, I'd watch my favorite player blow out his knee and get carted off into the end zone. I don't need to see that. Bring back the Bud Light and Budweiser Bowl. Bring back the frogs. Bring back the toads. Bring back the iguanas. Bring back the Doritos with the guy with a glory hole for the finger to get his fingers cleaned off. And if you don't know what a glory hole is, search it up. You'll like it. Anyways, on this point, what is going on with Super Bowl? You're paying $1 million for a commercial, more than $1 million. Make it memorable. Don't make it a commercial where I look at it and go, what is that about? I don't need to hear Sarah McLachlan in the background singing, I will remember you. I don't need to hear that crap. Also, while we're on the subject of Fatties on Fire, Hugh Jackson, all right, if you did not realize that the Browns were tanking like everybody else in the state of Ohio and the National Football League did, you're a moron. Because magically, your backup quarterback in Cincinnati, the trade didn't go through, and that didn't tell you that this was happening. Shut the hell up. I'm tired of hearing about Hugh Jackson. You couldn't win here. I'm sorry you couldn't win here. I'm sorry that you were here for this. And it's not a race thing. Everybody thinks it's a race thing. It's not a race thing. I was excited that Hugh Jackson was brought here. I was excited for everything else. And then I watched the lining on the wall, and look where you're at now. You're not in the NFL. You're not a good coach. I don't know what to tell you, bud. I don't know how this works. We have Browns players coming out of the woodwork, supporting you, everything else. I get that. I'm sorry you got dealt a raw deal here in Cleveland with being mashed up with Todd Haley, being mashed up with a whole bunch of shit that you did not want. That was not brought to you. I blame that on the Browns front office. But when at 4 p.m. the trade deadline goes through and A.J. McCarron is not on this team and you wanted him here, should have seen the writing on the wall. Are you serious? You should have left. You should have, at that point in time, got the hell out of here. Because throwing a third round quarterback second round, into Sean Kaiser out there to win us games, you go, 3-35 or whatever the hell you went here? You went 0-16 here. You got fired. They even gave you an extension. Are you shitting me? They should have fired you after the 0-16 season. They're like, no, let's bring him back. I think we should bring him back. I think it's going to be okay. Get the hell out of here. And that's Fatties on Fire. Oh, there's Nicole. Nicole's here now.
Hi.
Is Craig here? There's Craig. Yeah, good enough for Fatties on Fire. I thought we were going to touch it, but I touched it tonight.
Honestly, could you walk away from millions of dollars?
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But can you, if this is where it's at, is your integrity not enough to walk away from it?
I mean, what's the insinuation here that he's trying to profit off of this?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think that's working out very well. I don't know.
Yes, the Snickers commercials were good. Doritos,
They were.
Mountain Dew, those commercials are the greatest. I don't like the piggyback method. Okay. Yes. Do I think that Brian Flores got a raw deal in Miami? Yes. I'll say that all day. I think he did because he got Miami to the playoffs. He got them a winning record that they haven't seen in 2000. I get that. But now you're piggybacking off of it, saying that the Browns did you dirty. You've been here long enough. You could have came out with that years ago. You're coming out with it now because you got a book coming out and you're trying to profit on it.
Hugh Jackson should be embarrassed. Norman, thanks for joining. Hugh Jackson should be embarrassed because, like you said, there are merits to Brian Flores' lawsuit against the teams he's suing, the league, whatever. There are certain merits. Should an owner offer money to somebody to tank? Probably not. He obviously didn't play along, or else he'd probably still have a job because he wasn't a bad coach. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that, but Hugh Jackson should be embarrassed for trying to piggyback off this to keep himself relevant because Cameo's not paying the bills with happy birthday videos, and there was nothing to talk about because he had to walk it back. He had to literally say the Browns did not offer me money to lose games. Now you have guys like Jason McCourty, Kenny Britt, Ben Tate, Lots of guys saying, hey, listen, there was no way we were trying to win. You have other guys saying, we weren't not trying to win, but, it is what it is. But obviously it didn't work. It was Hugh Jackson. Just no. It just doesn't make sense to me. When Hugh got fired, he went on all the national spots and complained about Cleveland. Listen, this is Hugh's MO. All right. And this is why he's not successful. Successful people wish success on other people. They don't take ownership of their failures. If you don't take ownership of your failures, you don't know what it takes to succeed. And Jimmy Haslam was absolutely correct. And I am so glad that he told the media, which was in Tennessee, by the way, and I applaud him on that too, because I wouldn't want to talk to the Cleveland media. He talked to the media in Tennessee and said, listen, Hugh Jackson has never taken ownership, not once, of losing. He has blamed everybody but himself. Hugh Jackson does not have the right mindset to be successful. He just doesn't. And you can blame the mastermind. And you know what? I don't know if Haslam had something to do with it. None of us know. But, the fact that Hugh can't take ownership of his own failures is why he won't be successful unless he changes his mindset. It's just not going to happen.
I'm just, there's so many things I could say. I'm just not going to say them because at this point in time, we're past the situation and we're getting brought back to 1-35 or whatever the hell it was, because that's where we were at. And yes, if you were coming in here to be the head coach, what were you expecting after they started tearing down the walls? I don't care what I was getting paid. I'm a strong enough man to go into the owner's office and go, so you hired me. Okay. So what is happening now? You're tearing apart everything and we're doing a rebuild. If we're doing a rebuild, that's completely fine. I don't want to be a part of this. And you can leave.
So, and here's the thing. Jimmy Haslam isn't without blame here, right? So Jimmy Haslam has to accept some of the blame. He hasn't made the best decisions. I don't think it has to do with Hugh, though. I think he hired Hugh because of the potential, and I think we all know the potential. And realistically, there were some bright sides to Hugh's tenure here. We learned some things, and we learned some things not to do. Haslam would have been better off not listening to some homeless guy telling him to play Johnny Manziel over a 7-4 Brian Hoyer with a playoff push on the horizon. But Hugh Jackson was a shitty head coach, and he could not take responsibility for what he was to blame for. Hugh should have never taken the job. Now, here's the other side of it. Hugh, like anybody else, if somebody offers you a paycheck, you take it, especially if it might be your last one. He didn't have a terrible season coaching in Oakland. And you know what? He brought in Terrell Pryor, and he helped out Terrell Pryor. We got 1,000 yards out of Terrell Pryor, didn't we?
Oh yeah. Like I'm not saying that he's not as a head coach. I don't think he's a good head coach.
I just want to point out that we can compliment Hugh. There are some things that he accomplished, but he's just an idiot. I mean, everything else aside, lawsuits aside, media aside, he just wasn't the right fit. And there's a reason he doesn't have a job now. Thanks for coming on the show, Nicole. What's up? Anything you want to talk about? No. She's just here to look pretty.
Did you mention the Clydesdales?
I didn't mention Clydesdales.
Oh, that's what got her to come on the show. She wanted to talk about how she wants the Clydesdales.
I don't care about the Clydesdales. Like
she does.
Bring it back.
Why? So I can cry again? So when I see a puppy look at a baby Clydesdale so that it gets its little reins and gets to drive the big bus? No, I don't need to see that shit.
Fine.
Find me the sexy, funny stuff. I'm a guy. What do you want from me? I like dick and fart jokes.
Well, yes, there should be some funny things, but I like the Clydesdales, funny or not.
I'm sorry, I'm watching the Super Bowl not to watch serious stuff because obviously the Browns aren't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hugh keeps shooting himself in the foot by not showing any accountability. Yeah, when you say something and then people say, "What do you have to back that up?" and he's like, "Never mind." No accountability. Like, did he not think people were going to question whatever his allegations were? I mean, he threw himself on the back of this lawsuit like he was going to be some sort of martyr, and then people said, "Prove it," and he's like, "I can't. You caught me." It is what it is. All right, so unless we have something else we want to talk about, that's the show. We are a little over time here, which is okay. We are brought to you by Labatt Blue, Remax Edge Realty, the JC Group, and we are on Team Big Play. You can find us everywhere Big Play is found. Anything else you guys want to bring to the table?
We're talking to you ladies. Our beautiful ladies that are sitting down here below us.
I want to see the Budweiser frogs again. I miss those.
I know, right?
Right, like the Budweiser. Like that's the best thing ever.
The one I love is the most like, hey Frankie, what are these guys doing over here?
Right.
Bud, why? I don't like what they're doing. Frankie, we need to put a stop to it. And go Cavs. That's right, Norman. Let them know.
Yeah, they could have.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, there's some commercials that need to be brought back.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Puppy Monkey Baby?
Oh, here we go.
No.
Or even the E-Tray Baby?
Yeah, there was a couple good ones. Just get rid of the Sarah McLachlan commercials. Get rid of the Viagra commercials. Get rid of the,
Clydesdale Make You Want to Cry commercials.
No, those are okay. Those are okay.
You can find those online at Budweiser.com. That's where you need to put those ones. Not during a Super Bowl while I'm eating little Smokies and barbecue sauce going, oh, shit.
It's not barbecue sauce, by the way, Jared.
Listen.
It's chili sauce and grape jelly.
No, that's for the meatballs. That is not for my Smokies. My Smokies get barbecue sauce. Don't you
They
start.
have had the Clydesdales one commercial throughout the whole Super Bowl, just one time, one commercial.
How about play it right before the kickoff? I don't need to see it while I'm eating my food going, what's going to happen in the second half?
I feel like, okay.
I'm just excited
we
for the
need to
halftime
have
show.
Dawgs Table poll on Super Bowl Sunday. Favorite all-time commercial.
All right.
We'll put a poll out.
We'll put a poll out. That's completely fine.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys excited for the halftime show with Eminem, Snoop, and Dre?
Are you kidding me? Like, does a bear shit in the woods?
Hey, are you going to look at
I
your
am
kids?
so excited. So
Are you gonna look
excited.
Are you going to look at
Literally,
your
like
kids?
the hype video for it. I'm like, yes, this is my shit. I
You're
am
gonna
so
look at
excited.
your
I
kids.
got a shirt that says I'm just here for this
Dre.
halftime show.
45-year-old Snoop Dogg because he smokes too much weed and his fingers smell like weed, and 65-year-old Eminem, and just drop it like it's hot right in front of your kids. Just
Listen, like there is seriously like comments being made, when this halftime show drops, kids are about to realize who their parents are, and mine are about to see how it is.
See, that's the biggest thing with like the Super Bowl and New Year's and things like that is I'm always waiting for just like that 20 seconds that the kids shouldn't have seen. Like you have to let them watch it, but at the same time, the whole time you're going like, oh, don't do something weird.
like Janet Jaskin, a little what?
It doesn't even need to be like that. Now, granted, our kids aren't extremely sheltered, but they don't have Eminem CDs or on the, they have the censored Apple Music. You know what I mean?
Dad, come on, Dad. Let's be honest. Like you haven't heard 8 Mile pop on in the car as you're driving them home, and you're going like this. You're like, "Come on, B Rabbit, let's go."
I wish I could look at the noof. Look
Is
at how
that
big her
big
head
boy?
is.
Holy heck! What is that? Do you guys have a?
It's a black bear. And
That is not a.
she
black
doesn't
bear.
shit in the woods.
Like, have you not heard that comment? Does a bear shit in the woods?
No.
Oh, I have. Look at this thing. That is a dog.
That looks like a horse.
I know.
Nicole's not small either. She's about 6 feet tall. So
Oh wow.
you know what I meant.
He's
Okay,
a-
stop.
You
He's-
just got yourself in the
Right?
doghouse on that comment, Craig.
Apparently, good thing it's a big doghouse.
How much do you feed that pig? Do you feed him like one of your kids at night?
Believe
Like,
it or not, we had a German Shepherd and they ate about the same.
get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
There's no way.
That's a big dog. You'll get to meet him in or meet her in April.
I hope so. As long as my
Yeah.
sister comes.
But I completely forgot what I was gonna say.
Yep. This
don't
is
know.
what
Happy does that to you.
fart jokes. All right, let's get out of here.
The kid stuff. Like, yeah, like stop picking on Janet. We're not, it is
picking-
what it is, but like our kids aren't
That brought me into manhood right there. I looked at that. I was like, first time in my life, I didn't have to look at a tube TV and scrambled Cinemax porn.
You know who was at my house when that aired? My church's youth group when I
Oh,
was a teenager.
wow, that's perfect.
So, that's
Real
the thing.
time-
Like our
real
kids
time
aren't
right
super
here.
censored, but
Real
like,
Dawgs Table. Let's get real.
listen. There's something about having like 9-year-olds. Like, yeah, they're like Miley Cyrus party in the USA, but they don't need to see her twerking.
Well, she doesn't twerk anymore. She does some other stuff.
All right, I don't know where we were going.
Okay.
All
Have a
right.
great night.
Anyways,
And the
enjoy
girl-
your Super Bowl parties. Drink Labatt Blue responsibly.
yes. Not-
Hopefully, they have a good commercial. I wonder if they'll have one.
I think they should. I think we should be part of it.
Yeah, I agree. But Nicole, Jocelyn, thanks for joining. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Ladies, we
And-
love you. Norman, so glad to see you. Chris, all the guys in the comments, thank you so much for commenting. We love this show. Come in and join us. That's what this show is about, right?
Absolutely. And we'll be back next Tuesday, right? Next
Thursday.
Tuesday, and then the following week it'll be Thursday.
No, next week.
Next week is Thursday.
Yes.
I forgot what
No,
day it was.
no,
I'm sorry.
Tuesday. We will see
Next
that-
Thursday, we will be live. Hold on. We will be live at the Corner Bar.
There it is.
There it is. 7:30 p.m. A little bit earlier because we're following a legal ham to the face. Yeah, we will be there 7:30 live, and we hope to see you there. And until next time, go Browns.
Go Browns.